time?
It's honey
Tea time?
So I got a new tea set.
A new tea set?
Yeah, I knew that I was going to be depressed this week because of the election. I mean, we might as well talk about the elephant and the donkey in the room real quick. I mean, not like talk about it, because, this podcast is obviously is all about my self-care and distraction from the depressing events of the world. But especially those of you who are listening to the show or watching the vidcast who are, from other countries other than, the US, obviously right now, as we're recording this very moment. Now this podcast comes out next week, which probably by then we'll have a president of some kind.
Maybe not, because apparently I think it's North Carolina won't release their results till next Friday.
Yeah, but if one of them takes enough states, then
that's true. That's true.
Anyway, those of you that are listening to the show right this very moment, we are in the midst of the election clusterfuck 2020, where we're just waiting on pins and needles to find out if Voldemort is going to continue to be president or what's happening. It's been a very tense couple of days, and I knew it was gonna. I actually was very. I after 2016, I can't have hope anymore. So I actually was like, I'm not going to hope. I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to expect. I'm just going to assume that we're going to live in this dystopian nightmare for the rest of my life.
That's interesting that you say you can't hope anymore, because I can't be heartbroken anymore. That's how I thought of it. Like my soul has already been crushed to like.
My soul has left my body and I'm dead inside.
Yes.
After 4 years of Trump. So, and again, I on behalf of Americans, at least 50% of Americans, I would like to apologize to our listeners in other countries. Having Donald Trump be your president, it's like going to a bar or someone else's. It's like going to someone else's house. You're going to a dinner party and you brought this person with you that you didn't want to bring with you, and they take a dump on the table and you're just like, I'm so sorry, he's not with us.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel constantly. He's not with us. I don't know how this guy got into your house. I don't know why he's shitting on your table. I'm so sorry.
But he is with half of us.
But somebody brought him, and it wasn't me. But I am proud of our home state of Georgia, that hopefully
turn blue.
I'm hoping that we're going to go blue. That's what I'm hoping.
And we might get those two runoffs, which could flip the Senate.
We're already in a runoff for one of the Senate seats. That's happening. And I think Ossoff at this point, I think he's also going to a runoff as well. The other Senate seat for David Perdue, who I would fucking love to watch David Perdue just lose. I hate him so much.
So my mom was telling me, like, the good thing about the runoffs is if, like, the entire nation of Democrats will want to flip the Senate, and so money from everywhere could flow in to support these two campaigns.
Well, one of our friends from New York was phone banking for Jon Ossoff in this state, so that's how much that seems to matter to other people. I mean, I obviously. Anyway, this is obviously not a political show, but it's a thing that's happening, and we've been on pins and needles about it. We're really hoping for some good news. It's certainly gone better than I expected so far. So, I hope by the time this podcast comes out, I hope something good has happened.
Yeah.
But that's a long story to get to the point that I knew I was going to be depressed this week. So I bought myself a new tea set and I'm loving it. It came with these cute little spoons, these little white porcelain spoons. And this beautiful, like, sort of gold plated floral porcelain teapot and a bunch of, I'm just so thrilled. And I feel like such a lady right now. And it's a thing. It's the little things, that you try to help keep you going.
Very nice. Yes. Let's see. As usual, I have new clothes.
Great.
Somehow there are new clothes.
Somehow somebody bought them. We don't know who. We're not sure who it was, but somebody bought them.
It was me. Yeah. unfortunately. And that's how I cope, I guess, with quarantine. I bought like an entire rack of clothes during quarantine, like since March. So this is my confession to the world that yes,
Hi,
I
I'm
bought an
Sarah,
entire rack of
and
clothes
I'm a
during quarantine.
closeaholic. And we're gonna next time we do this show, it's just gonna be like there's gonna be like 2 more racks behind you. They're gonna be like going up the ceiling next
Oh
time,
my god.
probably.
No, my brother who is trying to design a house for us for my family has given me inches. He's like, you get this many feet and this many inches, and if you buy any more clothes than this, you have to give those clothes away.
Wow, that's
So
intense.
yeah,
Um, welcome to the Adam and Andy podcast.
welcome.
I'm one of your hosts, Nicole,
I'm your other host, Sarah.
and this is a celebration of 2 of our favorite actors, Andy Samberg and Adam Driver. We only watch on this podcast Andy Samberg and Adam Driver films, TV shows, SNL appearances, you name it,
It's
we'll
true.
watch it. So if you've come here for that, welcome.
If you haven't come here for that, then I'm sorry.
Then
But
I'm sorry. If you were looking for a different Adam and Andy podcast, what other Adam and Andy podcast?
there's actually another podcast called the Adam and Andy podcast. It's
What?
actually literally called the Adam and Andy podcast, and the hosts are Adam someone and
Okay, well,
Andy
apologies
someone.
to those guys.
Yeah,
If you've come for their show, which I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure it's fabulous. If you've come for their show, my bad. Hope you enjoy this shit show that we're doing over here. Today's film, which we'll get to in a moment, or is it a film? Should we call it a film?
it's a filmette.
Today's filmette. We'll be talking about 7 Days in Hell. So it's an Andy Samberg week, and we're going to be talking about 7 Days in Hell. But before we get to that, I did want to address that I wanted to address your outfit because you
Oh
were
yes,
telling me
thank
about it
you.
off mic, and I feel like we need to talk about it.
Yes, so
P.S. Watch the vidcast on Critical Crop Top's YouTube channel if you want to check out things like Sarah's outfit.
please always check out our outfits. So this is a shirt that, as you can see, it kind of is like a yellow that resembles like a tennis ball.
It is
Tennis
very
ball,
tennis ball like. Yes,
yellow.
that's for sure.
So I had a friend last year who that's what he told me. He said, that shirt reminds me of a tennis ball." And so I remembered that, and I was like, I should wear this shirt for this episode because this movie is about tennis.
It's about tennis and balls.
That's true,
Like,
balls.
it's very much about balls. I think it's an adorable shirt. And thank you again for going out of your way to theme your outfit to the content of our episode.
I will try.
Before we get into the show, shall we do some Adam and Andy news? Some
Sure.
news briefs. I don't have a ton of stuff today, unfortunately. But so nothing really too new with Adam. 65, the sci-fi movie that's shooting in New Orleans. That all I have for you there is that the shoot has been pushed a week to November 23rd. So it will begin on November 23rd, which isn't that the week of Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So is he like gonna be on set during Thanksgiving?
Maybe.
I hope somebody brings him an entire rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. They
Like,
should.
I can
or an
only
entire
hope.
rotisserie turkey.
An entire rotisserie turkey. Can you roast a turkey on a rotisserie? That seems unsanitary.
Probably.
I mean, it would have to be a rather large rotisserie.
A big one. Yeah.
If you know the answer to this, please tweet at us at AdamAndyPod. Can you put a turkey on a rotisserie? And can somebody send Adam a rotisserie turkey for Thanksgiving? I'm concerned that he won't have enough fowl to eat during this Thanksgiving holiday. That's what I'm most concerned about.
Hashtag rotisserie turkey.
Hashtag rotisserie turkey. Obviously, it's not really news, but it is also Adam Driver's birthday this month. So we'll have to celebrate.
So he's a Scorpio?
Obviously. What else could he
totally
be?
is. Oh my God,
what
you're
else
right.
could he be? So we'll have to celebrate that on our next episode, which is actually an Adam episode. Maybe we'll eat a rotisserie chicken in his honor. I'm vegan, so that's probably not going to happen. And actually, you don't eat meat anymore either, do you?
No.
Maybe we'll just put a rotisserie chicken like in the background of the vidcast, and it can just live there in honor of him during that episode. Gross. I couldn't even get it out. It was too gross to even talk about. This isn't really news so much as a rumor, but going around Twitter today, I don't know where this information is coming from. I tried to find a reputable source, but there is a rumor going around that there will be like finally a Ben Solo Funko Pop, which many fans of that character have been eager. If they come out with a Ben Solo Funko Pop, I am getting one. In fact, I would love to have a Ben Solo Funko Pop on one side of my desk and an Andy Samberg as Niles from Palm Springs Funko Pop on the other side of the desk, and that would just make me so happy.
Wait, I'm so sorry.
You don't know what a
Funko Pop is?
It's a Funko Pop, not a Funko Pop.
I said Funko.
I thought you said Funko.
No,
that's a totally different thing. That's
what
something.
Is a Funko Pop.
Funko Pop. It's like fuck. I have one at my desk. Hang on a second. So this is a Han Solo Funko Pop from The Force Awakens.
Oh, one of those guys. Why
yeah, this is a little like cute little plastic thing with a giant bobbly head. That's a Funko Pop. So, and mine, of course, is Han Solo from The Force Awakens wearing his little jacket that he wears.
His white hair.
And his white hair. And even like he's got like bags under his eyes a little bit.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so supposedly there might be a Ben Solo Funko Pop coming. So that's it's more of a rumor than news. But that was going around Twitter today. And then my Andy news, again, I don't have a tremendous amount of new news. But a Variety article came out this week, and Variety, the trade publication, is predicting that Andy will be nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical for Palm Springs.
Nice.
Which I erroneously tweeted as he had been nominated because I was tired and I stayed up too late reading Fix the night before, and I did not read the article closely. And so if you read that tweet and said, fuck off, he has not been nominated, you're right, I'm sorry, but it's still cool that Variety thinks that he will be.
But also, he deserves it. He did a great job.
Deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sarah, I guess if he gets nominated for a Golden Globe, that means we're going to have to watch the Golden Globes again.
Yes, I would love that.
That's all I've got for the Adam and Andy news. So, should we talk about this movie?
Sure.
You've got a weird look on your face. Like that, I can't tell if you liked this movie or not. Should we just get right into it? All right, so today's film, 7 Days in Hell, 2015. It was an HBO. I wouldn't even call it a film. It's more like a short. It's a short.
It's a short film. Yeah.
It's kind of like a very long sketch. Yes. It's like mockumentary.
An episode of a series. It's like a 42-minute.
Which was a nice, enjoyable little watch, which I watched in my bed, and then I took my daily depression nap afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. So 7 Days in Hell, starring, of course, Andy Samberg, also Kit Harington from Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Will Forte.
Yes, there's Lena Dunham.
Fred Armisen. I know, I was surprised to see Lena
David
Dunham.
Copperfield.
Karen Gillan, I think is how you pronounce her name. She plays Nebula in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She played the girlfriend.
Oh, that's her?
The model girlfriend. Yeah,
she's cute. Also, who was it? The mom.
Also, I think Howie Mandel.
Mom. What's her name?
Mary Steenburgen.
Steenburgen. Yeah. Steinberger. I don't know. Yeah.
Tweeted us.
She's good.
At Adam Andy Pod. What's her name? We don't know. She was in Parenthood in the 80s. I remember that. She was also in Step Brothers. By the way, no hate on Mary Steenburgen. I think she's a wonderful actress, but she needs to go to jail for that English accent. That was not good.
Imprison
her for that English accent. It was not good. It was the weirdest Southern woman's British accent. It was not good. She's great. Her accent,
She's
not
great.
good.
Yeah. It was a choice. It was a choice, Nicole.
I don't think it was a choice. I think she just couldn't get the English accent, and they were like, it's a comedy. Let's just live with it.
Yeah.
All right. So it is about two tennis phenoms locked in battle for 7 days.
Phenoms, quote unquote.
Okay, so you don't agree with that statement at all.
I mean, they obviously can't play, but it's a comedy.
Do you watch a lot of tennis? Is that like your sport?
No,
I don't give a shit about tennis, which I think is one of the reasons why I don't think this movie was necessarily meant for me. But it was so I don't give a shit about sports. I don't care about tennis. I don't watch sport documentaries. I've seen them, so I'm familiar with the format, but it was, Anyway, Sarah, did you like this movie? Would you say you enjoyed this film?
So I have seen this before, and the first time I saw
it... On a scale from Celeste and Jesse to That's My Boy, where would you put this?
Closer to That's My Boy than Celeste and Jesse.
Ooh, words.
But I didn't say all the way to That's My Boy, just like closer on the scale than maybe like halfway. I don't know.
I would agree with that. I would put it about halfway. Actually, you know what? Celeste and we're not I love Celeste and Jesse, but I think the true scale is
Palm Springs.
That's My Boy to Palm Springs. And if I had to compare it to those two, I would say middle, leaning towards the downs, a little closer to That's My Boy. I enjoyed this. I chortled a couple of times. I didn't find myself offended with its existence in the way that I felt like That's My Boy. I was like, I wish this movie didn't exist. That's how I felt about that movie. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
It was meh.
Yeah. So something that I read that Andy had said about, because apparently he also did a film about sports, another sports mockumentary. I forget what it's called.
I think they did it after this one.
Yeah. So he said, actually, he's a big sports fan. He loves sports, and he also loves making fun of male machismo.
Which was definitely a lot of what was going on here. But I couldn't tell if the movie was in on the joke all the time.
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I couldn't tell.
Well, because I've seen lots of interviews with Andy, and he's like super smart and sophisticated. And I think that after seeing those, I was like, okay, so when he does this, he really is like making fun of it, and he knows exactly how dumb his
which is what comedy is about. Which is what, I definitely see that. I definitely think there was a lot of making fun of masculinity. I think, which I appreciate. I'm always a fan of making fun of masculinity.
Yes.
But it's not that I enjoyed the movie. It was funny. It wasn't like my favorite thing that I've ever watched him do. But I enjoyed it, and I chortled a couple of times. And that's pretty much that. Shall we get into it? You want to get deep? You want to go deep? Ooh. You want to go balls deep into this movie? Or
sure, let's do it.
Okay. You want to start?
Starring Aaron Williams.
Played by let's talk about Aaron Williams. Let's talk about him. So he is a tennis star. I thought of him as kind of like a John McEnroe, who John McEnroe was actually in the movie, right? But I guess he's also kind of John McEnroe. He was the bald guy. Remember John McEnroe, the tennis guy who used to get angry and throw his racket?
I never watched tennis.
Well, I didn't either, but everybody knows about John McEnroe, who's married to Tatum O'Neal. Sorry, this is stuff that happened in the 80s. It was like...
Oh, because I was before I was born.
Way before your time. But also Andre Agassi, I think, was a big inspiration for that character because he was kind of flashy and he had the long hair. And, he was kind of like a renegade tennis guy. That seems to be the inspiration for the character, I think.
Yeah. Can I just throw out a line that was in the top?
I want to talk about Aaron. Lines. We got to talk about Aaron Williams. But yes, is this the line that he said?
No, this is a line that David Copperfield said about him. But,
well then, yeah. I feel like let's talk about him first.
Okay, let's talk about him first. Mm-hmm. So he's like again, the male machismo, just very outlandish and brash and yeah,
temperamental,
temperamental.
overly sexual.
Yeah.
Look, here's what I'll say about Aaron Williams. He is gross. But why am I attracted to him? I don't know. What does that say about me?
I am not.
I can't help myself. You did this. I wouldn't want to talk to him. I even like the mullet. What is wrong with me?
I am attracted to Andy Samberg, but when he was in that mullet and when he was playing this character, I was repulsed.
Ooh.
Just utterly get away from me.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it was working for me and I don't know why.
I love that.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't
think
he's not, again, I didn't like he was a disgusting person but yet I'm attracted to him. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, yeah. We'll get to the moments of thirst, but yeah.
But yeah, he's gross. He is an orphan who, as they say, was adopted by the Williams family, Serena and Venus Williams, in a reverse Blindside, which I thought was very funny because there's so many of those stories, and it's like this icky, white savior kind of story. And they were like, and for them to invert it, I thought was pretty funny. Also, I really enjoyed Serena Williams throughout the movie. She was one of my favorite parts. Her very sort of dry commentary. Yeah. It was very believable and I enjoyed it quite a bit. But yeah, he was kind of working class, gives the judges the finger.
Yeah.
Kind of guy, Anything else to say about Aaron Williams?
I think that pretty much
you have a look of disgust. Your face.
I just really thought he was disgusting. In personality and in looks and in style.
Look, he's not afraid to go down on a woman during a tennis match and high five her, and I respect that. I was like, there's something for the ladies here. He's not just having sex with this woman, wantonly during a tennis match. He will go down on her also. And that, to me, says that there's something beneath that tough exterior.
Is it weird that I want to try that now?
You want a man to go down on you want a high five? I mean, I might next time.
Let's do it. I mean, not together,
not
but
together, no. But I'll call you afterwards
with our respective mates.
Definitely. I'll call you afterwards and let you know how it went.
High five me, bro.
High five me, bro.
Yeah.
So he had a big old tennis career. I don't know anything about tennis. He was doing well.
But then he killed someone with a ball.
He hit the guy with a ball and the guy had a heart attack, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, I chuckled.
Yeah. But still, did he kill him? And the question was did he kill him? That was the whole
thing. And they kept yelling at him that he was a murderer and
And he pushed the Duke of Kent.
The Duke of
Kent,
who I think was played by Howie Mandel. I enjoyed the supercut of him being pushed down, the Duke being pushed down a bunch of times. That made me laugh. So he gets disgraced from tennis and he has to go into hiding.
Well, he quit he was like, see you later, tennis, or fuck you,
later
tennis. Later tennis. We didn't know that was him retiring. Someone was like, that's a weird way to retire.
Yeah, I think that was Serena Williams that said that.
Yeah.
So then we kind of switch over to the story of the other character, Charles. What's his last name?
Poole.
Oh yeah, the Brit.
Charles Bull.
Right.
Yes.
Played by Kit Harington.
Oh my God. Can we
So what'd you think about him?
I love
Please
Kit
go on
Harington
and
in
on.
this role. I
Yeah?
love him in this role. He's so cute. He's so endearing. Like I've
He
only seen a
is
few
ripped.
I've only seen a few
He is
episodes
ripped.
of Game of Thrones, like
Yeah.
only a few episodes, and he's just so like dour and like dark and kind of like
He was cute
grumpy in
and
the Game of
fluffy, and I
Thrones.
wanted to snuggle him.
Yes, just snuggle and cuddle and kiss and like it's just so cute.
So it was like a double thirst. It was like tennis doubles, right? Doubles is a tennis term. So this is like the doubles of thirst.
The singles of thirst for me.
For you, okay.
Andy was.
You were like, my thirst is. So you had trouble coming up with your list this week.
Yes.
Were all your list items Kit Harington items?
No. I almost did a separate 3 moments of thirst for Kit, but I didn't.
I'll allow it.
But he was so cute, and like I think the thing that
he was so
the
dumb.
most endearing was the dumbness.
Was so stupid.
I just thought it was really cute
that he was dumb. That he kept saying, what did he keep saying? Indubitably. He kept saying, indubitably.
Yes.
So he's that sort of classic, like rich kid with an overbearing mother who forces him a bit, somewhat like the story of Tanya Harding. There's a bit of, it's almost like Tanya Harding's mom from I, Tanya, except if they were rich.
Yeah.
And so he kind of comes up through the ranks looking to win Wimbledon. I don't really, I don't fully understand the plot of this movie.
The talk show host who he like talks to,
Can we
that guy?
Talk about him. Michael Sheen. He was revolting. Like he revolted me.
Yes,
like I was
revolting.
So he really gave me the creeps, which was intentional.
Smoking, like chain smoking the entire time, just like smoke pouring out of like every pore, just like
Michael Sheen is an incredible actor, and he was so funny in this disgusting, revolting role when he asks Charles to lift up his shirt and he just groans, like the groan that came out of his mouth. It was like, ugh, but it was so funny.
And he just lifts his shirt and I'm just like,
he is so, I was like, oh my God, he's so like, how is it possible that his abs are that chiseled? Like those look, at first I was like, is that real? Like, I know he's like a movie star and all that shit, and he's like all ripped probably because he was filming Game of Thrones at the time, but I was like, at first I thought they might have been fake abs because they were so chiseled.
Yeah, I've never seen abs like that in real life before.
And I probably never will. But yeah, I too wanted him to lift his shirt twice.
Yeah.
And I was happy that he did. So that was nice.
Oh boy, we're awful. No, we're fine.
This is a thirst podcast. If you did not come here for this, then you need to go listen to the other Adam and Andy podcast. Whatever they're talking about, it's probably not this. But if you're here and you are thirsty, welcome. We celebrate your thirst. What should we talk about next?
Then next we learned that Aaron has an underwear line in Sweden.
The crotchless underwear was very funny to me.
The underwear with a balls hole.
The balls hole. I called it sack hole underwear. That's what I have in my notes is sack hole underwear. The part where he's just like gently nudging the guy's balls.
Oh my God.
I was like, I couldn't tell if they were real balls or not. They were very
real.
Realistic.
They were super real.
You think?
This is HBO, baby.
You think those were real balls?
Yes.
How many times that day do you think that guy's balls got poked? How long did they shoot that scene? I hope they really paid him well. Yes. I need to know how many takes they did of Andy poking that guy's balls. Please, somebody tweeted us at Adam Andy Pod.
We need to know right now. Then there are malpractice lawsuits against him because the crotchless ball underwear
can you file a malpractice lawsuit for underpants? Is that? I mean, I thought I was like, I don't know.
They injure testicles. Their testicle.
Well, they cause chafing and swelling. I think was the other
swelling into
swelling
grapefruits.
the size of a grapefruit, yes. Which I think they had a real missed opportunity to cut to a guy with testicles the size of a grapefruit. I don't know if they
Yeah.
didn't have the budget, but this is HBO and I feel like they can do whatever they want. So I feel like it was a real missed opportunity to not cut away to a guy wearing the crotchless underwear with grapefruit-sized testicles, honestly. That was my critique of this film.
Very nice. Yeah, and then,
So then he goes to prison.
but wait, there are lots of little things that are just thrown in here that, like, I don't
Mhm.
know why, like, for example, this I don't know why it's in here, but the courtroom artist that
Oh,
did
that was very
the
weird. I was like,
cartoon
"That's a tangent."
characters, like, what why?
Somebody went on a tangent about that. By the way, I don't know if you discovered this in your reading about this movie, but I read an interview with Andy Samberg about this movie, and he says that the guy who wrote this movie and him were friends from summer camp,
I didn't
and
see
they've been
see see that, no.
yeah. So the writer of this film and Andy Samberg go way back to summer camp. That's how far back they go, and they were writing comedy when they were kids. And so they, I
And this
guess,
is different from Yorma and Akiva?
I think, yeah. This is not
Okay.
them. A different guy,
Lots of
Matt
childhood friends
Murray or
who
something,
wow.
right? Yeah.
I wish
He
I
could.
had childhood friends that I would write with.
I know, right? Well, we're friends who write. We're not childhood friends.
I wish we had been childhood friends.
I actually did have friends. I had a friend that I wrote with when I was in middle school, but she didn't
Me
end
too,
up
actually, yeah.
staying in the biz. She went into a different biz. Um anyway, they were watching a tennis match that I can't remember the name of the tennis players, but the tennis match went on for like 11 hours or something, and that's where they came up with the idea for this movie.
Nice.
Also, Andy played tennis briefly when he was younger.
Did he?
Yes, he said he didn't do any training for this movie, but that his mom plays tennis and he used to play tennis when he was a kid. And Kit Harington had one tennis lesson like the day before the shoot started.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, they shot this in 3 days. This whole thing was shot in 3 days.
I'm sorry, what?
It makes sense. There's a ton of stock footage in this movie. There's like stock footage and reenactments. Can we talk about the reenactment footage in the prison scene?
Wait, no, stop. I
No?
shot Dick Pic Professional in 3 days.
You
How
did.
did
And
they
there
shoot
were
a 40-minute film
almost
in
as
3
many dicks in
days?
this movie as there were in Dick Pic Professional.
Yeah.
This movie was full of dicks. Dicks and balls, dick, balls. There were dicks and balls everywhere.
Oh my god, the computer animation of
You didn't
the
like that?
shower.
You didn't like that? What about the guy who was like spinning on the other guy's dick? Just like spinning like a top.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he goes to prison and they do this weird prison reenactment imagery that's of all the inmates like
In a shower,
having
having
a
an
really nice orgy.
orgy,
It
and
looked like a
then
nice Sunday afternoon, you
then
know.
he busts out, and he has, like, a giant dick.
Okay,
Just,
that
like,
part
a
was so funny
giant
to me.
like,
So,
slaps away
okay,
the
well
birds.
let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. So, Charles, Kit Harington's character, he's very stupid. Like he is just the stupidest, right? And somebody asks him like, "Do you think you're better than Aaron Williams?" And he goes, "Yeah," in like a very offhanded way. And then they go to this reenactment of Aaron in the prison having an orgy and then leaving the orgy to watch this interview and then breaking out of prison to go challenge him to a tennis match, I assume, right?
And
That's
he
what happened.
runs through the fields with his 2-foot
the
penis.
Giant, just swinging around, knocking
Hitting
birds out of the
birds.
way. I thought that part was really funny. But then also I found it oddly
aroused.
erotic. I was oddly aroused by the giant, like, I'm like, this 3-foot
too
long
big.
dick.
Too
I know,
big.
but it's not real. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with
Nothing
me?
is wrong with you.
Why did I find that erotic?
I didn't find it erotic, but I found something else erotic, and we'll get to it.
Okay, good. Okay. I was like, there's something wrong with me if I think that this cartoon this 4-foot long cartoon dick is like doing it for me. I've been reading too many fics, obviously. All right, moving on. So he breaks out of prison with his giant dick, and then we get to the tennis match.
But wait,
we didn't talk about this, but I like how the movie started with them at the end of the tennis match, because it actually made it very exciting. I was like, ooh, why is his face beat up? How do they get to this point? I thought that was cool that they started sort of at the end of the match.
But wait, my question was, and perhaps I didn't pay attention for like a moment or something, but like, how did Aaron get to Wimbledon? Like, if just as we go from him escaping prison to going to Wimbledon.
Well, he rode on a horse, so he got there by horse, I'm assuming. He escaped on, like, after he knocked the birds away with his dick, he hopped on a horse.
Okay,
so I'm gonna guess that he got there.
No, what I mean is, how did he qualify?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna worry about that too much. Yes, that's
he
like
leaves
question.
in disgrace, and then he's like, "I'm back to compete in the most elite tennis competition in the world."
Right. I feel like they justify that because, Fred Armisten's character.
Oh my god.
Who's obviously Fred Armisen is always great and everything. Fred Armisten's character says that they agreed to the match because they wanted an English person to win Wimbledon, and they thought that he would kick Aaron Williams' ass. That's why they won. That's why they allowed it to happen, I think.
Okay.
That was the thinking there. And the Queen is super invested in it.
Super invested.
The Queen, played by June Squibb, who I adore. She was really great as the Queen. Okay.
So first, so I didn't keep track of the days, but on one of the days he did a lot of cocaine.
That would be day 2. So day 1, he got his ass kicked, and then it started raining. Okay. And they had to throw the match, or they had not throw the match, but they had to take it on to the next day. And then the following day, he came back with a vengeance. Aaron
came back everywhere.
Cocaine everywhere. Cocaine in his sports bottle. Cocaine. It was funny. Serena Williams is like, well, he had cocaine in his sports. He hid it in a sports bottle. He hid it like
his racket
in his cocaine
necklace. on the court, on the lines.
Mm-hmm. So by the power of cocaine, he was able to. And then they cut to Fred Armisen, and he's like, "Yeah, we knew about the cocaine, but we don't, as English people, we don't like to bring things up, so we just let it happen."
I love that. Funny. That's so funny.
So yeah, the second day he has a lot of cocaine. Day 3. By the way, I thought it was very funny, the scene where they were hitting the ball, but like really close to the net. Yes. That was very funny.
Yes. Was day 3 the sex day?
I think that was day. I don't know. I got lost at some point, but maybe that was day 3, where
I don't know.
Where the streaker comes on and they have sex on the field. Do you want to talk about this scene?
So
you're shaking your head like you don't.
No. I'm shaking my head like I can't believe this is in this movie. So a woman who is topless but wearing like some kind of like apron type thing.
It was like a bib for her bush. For her I don't know.
A fanny bib.
It was like a. Well, no, the butt was out. It was just in front of her crotch.
But in England, fanny means pussy.
Oh, it was a pussy bib. Got it. Okay.
Yes. So they start making out, then having sex, then he goes down on her and they high five,
which was great.
It was great. Yeah.
And then
a male streaker comes out and the announcer's like,
and I was starting to think this was going to get really homophobic for a second there, but then he
had sex with him too.
And then they had a nice little. Then he got them together, which I thought was nice. Yeah. 2 streakers getting together. I mean, that's he was like a conduit.
It was like all day sex, and then I had a thought.
And Harrington's character has like a huge boner.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that. When Aaron is having sex with the male streaker, they cut back to Charles, and Charles just has like a huge boner.
I didn't see that. Oh my gosh, I need to see that.
Yeah. This movie is not for kids, obviously.
No.
Very sexual, lots of balls, lots of dicks,
That's
lots of
so
sex.
funny. Yeah, this was the part that I was kind of, like, turned on. I was kinda like, "What is wrong with me?"
Oh. Mm-mm-mm.
But I also thought, like, what would actually happen if at Wimbledon one of the players started having sex with someone who ran onto the court? Like, would they have someone come in and arrest them? Or, like
I think so, especially because it's like broadcast on television. But this is
Yeah.
just a silly comedy, a very, very silly comedy movie. So they just let it happen all day.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the day was just them having sex.
Also, how can you have sex all day?
Well, he obviously, maybe the cocaine. I don't know. He obviously has improved his stamina since that sex tape he did with Charles's girlfriend,
Yeah.
where he could not get an erection.
I wonder if there was any cuddling. Because I know for me, I need, like, to take cuddling breaks. Like, I can't
Oh,
just, like,
okay.
all day,
Can't just all
you know?
day. So you
Yeah.
think that maybe that
They
are you
had, like,
saying that you
let's take
think that
a cuddling break."
Aaron needs cuddling in order to get erect?
No, not erect, but just,
Oh,
like,
okay.
let's take a break and, like, we're here all day, so we might as well just, like, lay
The
here
sun's
and
out, the grass
yeah,
feels nice. Yeah,
yeah.
probably. That makes sense. Um then there so then it's implied that Charles hits Aaron with a truck.
Well, first, J Aaron claims to be English,
Oh, that's right. That was yeah, I think that was day 4. He claims to be English, yeah. And then
and Charles was
Charles is
like,
really upset about that.
"I'm so sorry, I got my phone
No,
gave me
that's
a
okay.
notification."
That's okay. I hope maybe it's
It was
important.
my journaling app reminding me to journal.
Oh, have you still been
Sorry.
journaling?
I have been,
Oh,
yes.
that's good. So yeah, he claims to be English, and then I guess after that is when he gets hit by the
Yeah,
truck,
the truck.
and he
Yeah,
comes back and he
and that's
plays tennis
something
one-handed.
but
That
that's
was
something that we forgot
super
to
hot.
introduce early on was that Kit
Right.
Harington's character, Charles,
He goes to trade school.
to become a bus driver, not a bus driver, a
It was a
truck driver,
big rig
big rig
driver, or a
truck
lorry.
driver.
Do they call it lorry? A lorry? Is that what they call it?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like so one of the characters was like, "So, like, are they not gonna talk about this? That this guy, like, drives trucks for a living and this other guy got hit by a truck?"
I think that was Will Forte, who was like kind of
Yes.
like the historian character, who was
Yes.
maybe you know theorizing
Are we
about
gonna
that.
talk about Lena Dunham? Has she appeared
Oh
yet?
my god, we haven't talked about that. He got like a sponsorship from Jordache, and she's wearing like the same mullet that he is.
Same well, except that's
I thought she was
her hair.
funny.
That's her real hair.
That
I
was
mean,
Lena Dunham's real hair.
no, no,
I know, just kidding.
the character's real hair, and she was like, "I love his hair." She
Yeah,
did
she was like
remind
the
me of
Jordache.
DPP, how the 2 characters in that had the same hair. That did kind of remind me of
Yes,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, she plays like the Jordache,
Yeah,
spokesperson,
yeah.
Well, he's the
Sassy.
spokesperson, so she's like I guess the PR person that sets them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was funny. I was surprised to
Yeah,
see her there.
she was
I
funny, I
enjoyed
was
her.
surprised too, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after he's hit by a truck, he continues the next day with just his left hand,
One-handed.
and he
One-handed
does well.
serves, which was hot.
Sure.
Well, I think it was. All right. And then after that is when I think is when he releases the sex tape. They have like a press conference where they're
I
like
did
arguing.
I did know that David Copperfield appeared on Charles's shoulders in a magic trick.
Right. Yes. David Copperfield, who's friends with
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you
Sorry,
have
I
a
just had to
quote
throw
from
that.
David Copperfield about
Yes.
Aaron?
He said, "Russian pussy and making money." I was like, David
Yeah.
Copperfield just said crushing
I know. I
pussy?
never thought I'd hear that. Also, when he appears on his shoulders, that was pretty funny.
Yes.
This is a very absurd movie. I mean, look,
Yes.
I think if you, especially if you love sports documentaries, this might be like more up your alley. Like I thought it was funny. It just wasn't like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever seen. But it was
Yeah.
funny and it was really short. So
Yeah.
absolutely, well, we'll get to that, I
Yeah.
guess, at the end when we talk about whether we'd recommend it. But
So yeah, like you said, the sex tape, Aaron and Lily.
Aaron and Lily. So
Lily
Lily
is
was.
Charles's girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that he was so dumb, but so sweet,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
And yeah, it's kind of that like night vision footage kind of sex tape, but
yeah,
apparently like Aaron just like can't get it up, just can't.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
eventually she's like, I'm just gonna leave. And then he's
yeah.
like, and then he goes down on her and high fives
He's
her.
like tries to high five her, and she's like,
Just let him, girl. Just let him
yes,
do it. You don't even have to. Why would you say no to that? You don't have to do any
yeah.
work.
She's disgusted.
Why? You don't have to
No,
do
I don't
anything.
know.
Just
It's
lay
innate.
there. Let him high five you. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Um.
And then we
Okay.
discover that Aaron wears a wig.
Oh yeah, because they have the press conference and they're arguing about the sex tape, and then he pulls the wig off. That was
I
funny.
loved the idea of a Andy having to be put into a bald cap and then having like the comb over type thing put over, and then
Yes.
the wig on top of that.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Well, then they cut to like a picture of him when he's a kid, and she's and Serena's like he's started going bald at 13.
And it was obviously like such a Photoshop picture of Andy from
I
like
know. I was like, is that
now.
his real face? Like, was that him when he was a kid?
They used like
Ooh,
his
doesn't.
current face and put it on a kid and then
Did
put a
they?
bald. It looked so current. Like, have you seen pictures of him when he was a kid? Okay, so there was a picture
Mm-mm.
the at the very end with the production company. There was a picture of him when he was a kid.
Oh, okay, okay,
And he
okay.
definitely didn't
You
look
sure
like
that was
that
him?
picture.
I thought that
It
was
looked
somebody else.
just it looked just like
I thought that
him
was
only
somebody
in
else's
kid
production
form.
company logo. I'm gonna have to look into
Yeah.
this. Um, okay. And then shall we get to the end? Should we just go to the
Yeah.
last day?
The last day is of course the last day on Earth
For
for
them.
these two men.
I didn't see that coming at all. I
No.
I almost felt like they were like, how do we end this? I guess they'll die. And I was like, like does this so they hit each other with the rackets and
At the
die,
same time. At the same time.
and then they get buried in the same coffin.
I'm sorry, it's so funny. Like, why are they buried in the same coffin?
I was actually I don't know what's the matter with me, but I was actually kind of upset. I was like upset about them dying and like laying in the coffin. I was like, oh, this is
That was the
upsetting to me.
funniest part to me. Them in the
Oh,
same
okay.
coffin. That was so funny.
I was like, ooh, I don't like watching their corpses. It makes me upset. I know they're faking it, but it made me feel very upset. You're laughing so hard. Sarah's
I
laughing
just
so
think
hard
it's so
right now.
funny. Sorry, I just think it's so
So it's
funny.
almost like a Romeo and Juliet ending.
Yes.
Something.
And then they go back to I I I interviews that we've previously seen with them, but parts of the interviews we hadn't seen before, which is both of them saying how much they admire each other.
Which again made me sad.
It was really sad.
Ugh. It's a
And
tragic story. It's just like Romeo and Juliet,
yeah, and then
honestly.
the last was like it ended with Aaron being like, and if he said something
Oh,
nice
I
about
wrote that down.
Charles. Yeah, what did he
He
say?
said, "If I die, I hope this is the last shot of my doc."
Yeah. No, but what did he say before that?
Oh, about
It was about Charles or about
Charles.
life or
He said he was like he seemed like I think he said basically like he seems like an okay guy. I don't know. I
he
didn't
said
write
it
that
was
part
like
down.
a metaphor about life, I think. I just forgot what
Oh,
it
I
was.
obviously missed that. I mean, I remember what you're saying, but I didn't write that down, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was I mean, look, I thought it was cool that at the end they, It
Did you
turns out
watch
they.
it all the way to the
I
entire
watched
end?
I watched the deleted scenes or whatever,
Yeah.
or extended scenes. So during the credits, they play like additional footage, which I thought was I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I really, you could tell they did a little improvising, which is fun. I actually really thought the part where if I were the editor of this piece, I would have included Kit Harington destroying his hotel room
Yes.
over
I was
him
like,
standing in the corner.
why didn't they do that? Like,
They
I
obviously
love
decided him
that.
standing in a corner was funnier, but I actually thought him destroying the room and like trying to pour a glass of water and throwing it. I thought
Yeah.
that was funny, and at a rare moment where that character really loses control.
Yeah.
And I actually thought that was very funny, and I wish that they had included it in the actual
He
film.
did a great job with that. I was like,
Yeah,
"Wow, he that was like the funniest thing he did in the
I thought
entire
so too.
film, and then it wasn't even in the film."
I know. I honestly thought that was the funniest thing that he did. Yeah, I agree 100%. Wish they had included it in the film.
Yeah.
Um,
What
Final
else was
thoughts.
there?
Oh,
That was the thing I remember the
well, there
most,
was
but
Will
yeah.
Forte saying, like, he was saying, 7 Days in Hell, and they're like,
It's like
"Why are you looking into the camera?" And he's like, "I just thought it would make a good title
yeah.
for this movie." And I was like, "That's funny."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like little bits of interviews and
Yeah.
stuff. There was an alternate take of um Charles and Aaron fighting at the press conference, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
There was a Lena Dunham line as well. I
Yes.
forget what
Yeah.
that was.
She was talking about how she got fired, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, she was talking about other failed ventures she had. Like
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, yeah, I thought the one where she was like, I created like a John Bonet line of jeans, and I was like, oh my god,
After she was killed,
after
yeah,
she
yeah.
was killed. Yeah, I like a good deleted scenes roundup. I love it when
Yeah,
that stuff gets put in the credits.
yeah.
Um, Final thoughts on 7 Days in Hell.
I would watch this again. It's not
Oh,
great, but I had seen it before, and I did like
so
it
you
more the
literally
first
did
time.
watch it again, but
I
I made
did.
you. I made you
Right,
watch it.
but I did want to. I was looking forward to
So
it,
did you
so I
enjoy it as
think
much the second time, or you enjoyed it more the first time?
no, I think I enjoyed it more the first time because I wasn't thinking critically about it,
Mm.
but this time when I had to be more, like, analytical, and I was just like, "Okay," you know? Not that this is an analytical
No,
podcast, but I
it's not, but we can't help ourselves but talk a bit about that stuff.
yeah.
I it here's what I would say. I was amused. I'm glad I enjoyed it. It's not gonna I don't think it's gonna go in my pantheon of my most favorite Andy Samberg films. Just because I don't give a shit about sports. Um, I don't know. I was amused. And if you are a fan of Andy Samberg, which I hope you are because you're listening to the show, definitely watch it. Absolutely watch it. I think if you might enjoy it more if you're into sports because it's definitely a satire on sports documentaries. But I don't think you have to be into sports to watch it because it's also there's also a lot of dick jokes, and who doesn't like a dick joke, right? We all
Everyone
love dick jokes.
everyone loves dick jokes.
Lots of dicks and balls in this movie.
I liked it.
Here's what I'll say. Actually, this is something I definitely want to say that we didn't get to, and that is, I love, I love I love comedians that are not afraid, are not don't have vanity, that are not afraid to be foolish and gross, and not
Yeah.
gross in a way that is designed to just solely make people uncomfortable. But I feel like this was a performance where Andy, and he does lots of characters like this, it's not just this one, where it's not about his vanity.
Yeah.
Like he's not trying to be cool, he's not trying to be like a movie star. Not that
Sexy.
he's just like, his character was gross and absurd and ridiculous, and he went for it 100%, and he let that be what he was. And that's how I feel like that's a good comedian. A good comedian knows that that it's very funny to allow yourself to be pushed to the edge of what is considered like where your own vanity, your limits of your vanity, let yourself be ugly. He let himself be ugly, And
He
I
did.
appreciate that, and I love that about him because he often plays these very adorable characters, and he was not adorable in this movie, and
No.
so it was kind of cool to see him a different side of him in
Yeah.
that way.
Agreed.
Moments of thirst.
Yes.
Okay.
You go
I
first.
think I did. I think I went first. Didn't I go first last time? I think
I
it's your
forget.
turn.
Okay.
I went first last time. It's your turn to go first.
So, first moment of thirst, when he goes down on the streaker and high fives her.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Absolutely.
Loved it. Loved
Yes.
it.
Love a
Um,
man who will go down on you and give you a high five.
that day where and they totally dramatized this, like, made it
Mhm.
so much bigger than it was, but when he gives the pussy eating
Oh my
gesture,
god. Yes, girl.
I
Yes.
was like, "Woo, okay."
Yes.
And then that's
Yes.
it. I don't have a third.
You only have 2?
I only have 2. Those
Oh my
2.
god, Sarah.
Both related
Both
to
about
eating
oral
pussy.
sex. Yes. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, you found 3 moments of thirst in That's My Boy, but you couldn't find 3 moments of thirst in this movie.
His
That's
character
shocking.
was so repulsive to
Okay,
me, like,
fair.
everything about it,
Fair.
even the fact that his hair was blonde, like, I just don't like blonde hair on men.
Wow. But you like mullets a little bit. You were attracted to me in my mullet.
Yes, that's true, but his mullet was, like, two-toned,
Okay,
and it,
so
like,
you
had
just
no forehead. It was, like,
okay.
all the way down
It
to
was there
here.
was too much mullet for you. It's too much.
Too much.
Okay, so here are my 3 moments of thirst. Number 1 is the first as they cut it's like at the very beginning of the film, right when they cut to that interview with him and Soledad O'Brien, where he's sitting on the couch and he's manspreading. Like they cut to him and he's like wearing like the tank, like it's like a shirt where I think it's a tank top or something that it just like goes. It was like the man spreading. That's my first moment of thirst. He was just like something about the way he was sitting on that couch. Do you know what scene I'm talking about?
Yes.
Um, I was into that. That was immediately I had to make note of that.
Okay.
Um, secondly, don't know why. Again, I don't know why. I don't know why this. I don't know what this says about me. But when he's got the Jordache sponsorship and he's wearing the white jean cutoff shorts.
I knew you would say that was your moment of thirst. I knew you would think that was a thirsty moment.
I need some ice and I need it immediately because it is hot in here. And then lastly, just Andy Samberg playing tennis. I enjoyed every moment that he had to reach for those balls. There was the way the way his legs went, the way his arm went out, just like casually. I know it's all fake and it's a movie, but it was just like, it was very like I know it's a comedy, but there was something very hot about him playing tennis.
Yeah, I think it's funny because both of them, Charles and Aaron, they were so, like, obviously bad at
I don't know
tennis.
anything about tennis. They looked fine to me.
Well, I'm saying that, like, I don't know anything about tennis either,
They
but,
hit
I
the
mean,
ball. Isn't that
they
what you're supposed to do?
yes, but eh, they didn't actually like, a lot of it was, like, effects and,
Mhm.
like, you couldn't see the ball quite,
Mhm.
and so they weren't actually playing tennis. So there was nothing
Sarah, when he serves that ball one-handed, when he just bounces it off the racket and
that's
over,
true. That's true.
I swear, I'm gonna be thinking about that later. I liked it. Very thirsty for okay. As
Wow.
those are my moments of thirst. Did you want to do some honorable? I don't have any honorable mentions for Kit Harington, but I think you might. Do you have any honorable Kit Harington?
Um,
I would say my only one was the abs. I didn't. I like Kit Harington, and I think he's very attractive. But I honestly was more attracted to Andy Sam. Why was I more attracted to Andy Samberg when he was so gross? I don't know why. I think that says something about my love for him. Maybe I don't know. And Kit Harington was right there, and I was like, eh.
okay, I don't know what this says about me, but so Kit Harington was an adult the entire filming of this film, okay? He was an
Yes,
adult.
he was. Hmm.
But when he's wearing that, like, wig, like, and he's like a
Yes, with the
boy,
very bad
and he's
hair. Yeah.
like Indubitably. And like he's very like meek. Like his
Yeah.
meekness to me was very cute and
So,
endearing.
okay, so you felt thirsty for the meekness.
Yes.
Okay,
I think
fair.
everyone listening can kind of get a there's a theme going on with my thirstiness is that
You
the
like
cuteness,
non-threatening men.
non-threatening. Yes. Yes, I have had
That's you
bad
look,
things from threatening men.
embrace what you like, girl. And what you want is a meek, sweet man who's going to just go to town on you and
And give
high
me high
five you at the
fives.
same time. And
Yes.
I respect it.
As you would imagine, I'm normally up for pretty much anything in the bedroom, but I can't tell if what happened was weird or sexy.
Shall we do some Adam or Andy trivia?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Adam, Andy trivia. A trivia contest for one. Sarah's going to read out some trivia, and I'm going to try to guess whether this is a trivia fact about Adam Driver or Andy Samberg.
Here we go. He tried to go to Hollywood to pursue his acting dream as a teen, but his car broke down in Texas, and by the time he had gotten to California, he had run out of money and had to go back home.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
2 days.
Oh my God.
Or,
okay,
in 2012, he delivered the Class Day speech at Harvard as Adele's Someone Like You played.
the song "Someone Like You."
Mm-hmm. Someone like you. I can't do it. Yeah.
That's tough. Okay. First of all, I cannot see Adam Driver walking on stage to that song. I feel like if he did, he would be really grumpy about it. Also, yeah, okay. So I'm going to go with Adam Driver tried to drive to Hollywood and his car broke down. And I'm going to go with Andy Samberg delivered an address at Harvard to an Adele song.
Correct.
Yay! I didn't know the answers. I just logicked my way into it.
Now I'm going to hopefully
I love it.
Hold on. We might have to pause this, but I have the quote of what he said, the opening of his speech.
Oh, great. I would love to hear it. And while you say that, I'm just playing the Adele song in my head right now. Someone like it. That's kind of a sad song to play at a graduation. Cuz that's like a breakup song. Like why would you play something so sad at a graduation? That seems like a weird. Okay.
This is his opening sentence. Students, faculty, parents, grandparents, uncles that weren't invited but showed up anyway, handsome young genders who are secretly math geniuses, and the homeless guy from With Honors. My name is Andy Samberg, and I am as honored to be here today as I am unqualified.
Oh my God, my heart. My heart. That's so sweet. I wonder if we can find that. I wonder if that speech exists anywhere. I wonder if we can share it on the social media.
Yeah, I just found a transcript of the speech.
Oh, that's really sweet. I really need to see a video of him walking on stage to Adele. And
I think there is that too.
So Adam Driver tried to drive. Okay, first of all, he's from Indiana. So how did he end up in Texas? Does he not know what direction California is in? Like, I think that's your first mistake, is that I don't think you need to get to California by way of Texas.
No, you don't.
Unless he was driving in the wintertime and the roads were very hazardous, maybe. I mean, I lived in Illinois. I went to film school in Chicago, and I did once drive across several states with some of my friends to go to the Fargo Film Festival in Fargo, North Dakota, and the roads were very bad. We almost went off the roads several times, but that was in the wintertime. So I don't know. Maybe I'm questioning why he would end up in Texas to get to California if he's from Indiana. He's not from Illinois. He's from Indiana. So how did he end up in Texas?
Midwest.
Yeah. How did you end up in Texas, sir? I want to know.
I don't know.
Oh,
you look awesome. Come the fuck upstairs.
Okay.
But wait, I have to warn you about something.
What?
If you come up here, I'm gonna tie you to my bed and keep you for at least 3 days. I'm just in that kind of mood.
Would you like to spin the wheel and see what we're gonna watch next? Okay.
Let's do it.
So,
what have you placed on this wheel?
Well, I'll get there in a second. So this we've just done an Andy Samberg movie. And so now it's time to spin the wheel and see what Adam Driver movie we're going to be watching next. So let me go ahead and actually let me make sure I'm on the right page here. And let me share my screen. Wait, hang on. Let me try that again. There we go. Share that wheel. Okay, can you see it?
I can see it.
All right, so we have The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. This Is Where I Leave You, What If, Midnight Special, and Logan Lucky. You ready?
Never seen any of these.
Ooh, girl. All right, let's spin it. We're gonna watch Logan Lucky. Oh my God, Sarah! I am so overjoyed.
Have you seen this?
I have. Yes, I have seen it. I've seen it twice. I watched it once and then watched it again. I watched it again with Chris because after I watched it, I was like, oh, he'd like this. And so I have actually seen it twice. I would watch it again and again and again. It's so, I really like this movie a lot, and I will reserve my thoughts about it till we watch it. But I am thrilled that we're going to be watching Logan Lucky. I couldn't imagine a better movie to watch to celebrate Adam Driver's birthday than Logan Lucky. This is exciting for me.
Did you wreck the wheel?
I did not. You saw it had all the. Also, I'm really the one I haven't seen a couple of those on there, and so I definitely want to see the ones I haven't seen. I really want to see The Man Who Killed Don Quixote because people keep posting GIFs, and I get parched just from seeing GIFs from The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, and I've never seen it, and I will not watch it until it comes up on the wheel because that's how much I care about this podcast.
Yeah.
So, do you know the plot of Logan Lucky?
No, I don't.
All right, so let me go ahead and let's look that up for a sec so that I can tell you. Now, Logan Lucky, and I'll tell you also who's in it. I think you'll enjoy this one. I mean, I can't say. I don't want to build this up too much. Okay, so Channing Tatum.
Okay.
Adam Driver. Let's see. Katie Holmes is in it. Seth MacFarlane. Oh my God, what's his name? James Bond. Fuck. I'm screaming in my head.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig is in it. There's a lot of people in this movie. I think you're gonna enjoy it. All right, so the summary here is real simple. Two brothers attempt to pull off a heist during a NASCAR race in North Carolina. So that's the plot. It's a heist film.
Okay.
You look dubious.
I just don't like heist films, but it's...
You don't like heist
Adam
films?
Driver.
Why not?
I don't like any really masculine movies like action or like
it's not like that.
superhero or heist or crime or...
It's not like that. It's a comedy, Sarah.
Oh, it's a comedy.
It's a comedy. Yeah, it's a comedy heist film. It's definitely a comedy.
Comedy heist is fine. I just don't like heist, like straight heist.
You don't like a straight heist. You need something. You need to curb that heist with a little bit of comedy. Well, this is then I think you'll enjoy this because it's definitely a comedy. Also, Clyde Logan, who is the character that Adam Driver plays, is a beloved character in the Adam Driver fan community. So I think you'll enjoy him. Okay, well, I think that's gonna do us for the show. Before we go, I did want to say that if you're not following us on social media, we'd love to chill with you. I love interacting with people on Twitter. We've gotten a lot of people talking to us about different films and sharing cool stuff, and God, I just absolutely love the fan community on Twitter. It has been a joy and has really especially helped me get through these last couple days of this nightmarish fucking election. God, God, Sarah, did you see? I tagged you in it. Did you see the person who had like a Adam Driver themed dinner party and
Yeah.
named all of the foods after Adam Driver characters?
Yeah,
Oh my
I didn't
God.
know most of those characters. I didn't know most of them because I haven't
Oh
seen
my
most of his
God.
films.
It was so I loved it so much. So we'd love to be friends. If you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Adam and Andy Podcast, and you can find us on Twitter at Adam Andy Pod. If you like the show, consider leaving us a review. It helps other people find out about the show. And so, it'd be cool if you want to, no pressure. We're not here to pressure you. But that's gonna do us for this week. I'm super excited about watching Logan Lucky. I wish we could watch it together. Because I'd love to look over your face. I'd love to side eye you during it. But I will settle for us talking about it. And I'm really thrilled that I have an excuse to watch this movie again. So come back and join us. Next time. And we'll be talking about Logan Lucky.